Hey everyone, Wayne here. This is my playthrough video for the War of the Worlds, the England edition. I'm going to go ahead and I've got the game mostly set up. I'm going to finish setup on camera and then we will dive right into the playthrough. I'll explain the game a little bit ahead of time and then mostly though as we go along and play. So, alright, so starting off, there's a very clear setup in the rulebook here. You're setting up all your different producing zones according to actually what's on the map. So it'll actually say it'll be number 8. So you know that when you set up your little tokens here, you put it on the 8. There you go. And you go around and you do that for all your zones. It tells you already put up handling machines in Scotland, Leicester, and Wales. And it tells you which colors to put there. Every zone starts as a producing zone, but right away we'll lose 1 to a wave when you place that wave. So, let's see here. And then you have the victory point track over here, which also you use to keep track of your production points. So the victory point track is H for humans, for basically I guess you could say like single numbers, and then the germs counter, which is when you get to 10, you win as the humans. And then the M for the Martians with their colonization counter, which when that gets to 10, they win. They can also win by destroying London. They can also win by building the flying machine. And then you, as the humans, can win by eliminating all waves of Martians. I get to win a game. I played, 5 games, so I'm no expert, but I get to win a game. It's definitely a hard one, but it's a lot of fun. I've come pretty close. I think I've gotten up to around 70 victory points. So, all right, let's finish up setup. So like I said, I have all the production down, the handling machines. Now what we do is we roll to place the first wave. Game does start with 1 wave of Martians on the board. All right, let's see where we go here. Okay. I normally use my dice tower, but I couldn't find a good spot for it, so I'm just going to roll on the board here. All right, yellow. So according to the new cylinder placement chart, yellow is Wales, and that's where the first wave's going to go. So just kind of FYI, I guess I didn't use these colored dice in this game, so it's not like they're 6-sided, but it's 3. Each one has 3 green, 2 yellow, and 1 red. And that's how you decide certain things in the game. Anything you have to roll for. So, all right, so our first wave, we got on Wales, it said. So, what you do is you find the wave marker with the 1 on it, place it in Wales down here, and then you want to do is each wave when it starts has 4 tripods in it, and you keep track of them up here up top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, up to the 5th wave. And then you do random cups. There are, you'll need technically 4 different cups or containers to draw from. One is going to be the harbors when you draw, because there's time you do random building. You can also select it, but it costs more. There's when you draw the naval tripods for naval battles. There's the battle plans, drawing them. And then the tripods, you draw them randomly. So, alright, set these bad boys up here. Alright, perfect. That's the 4. We got our first wave set up. And now we do also place a cylinder as well. So again, we roll. Yellow. So actually the cylinder is going to end up in Wales as well. Let's see. And the cylinder under here, this is what builds new waves. So there's that first wave that starts on the board, and then what happens from there is at certain points in the game, these handling, you will roll on the chart, the new cylinder placement, which then places one of these cylinders at one of these handling machines. And then every turn at the end, during the assembly phase, it'll check to see if it basically builds, and it builds a whole wave of 4 tripods. So while they're being built, these waves are being assembled, you can go attempt to destroy the tripods as they're under construction. So that's in Wales, huh? All right, that's a tough one. Okay, well that's it for setup. So let's go ahead and get into the game here. All right, we're ready to go. We're gonna dive into the game. I got my dice tower out here. I don't want to be rolling across the board, knocking tokens and knocking counters around. Then just an FYI, I didn't explain it, but I'll explain it now. All of these longer counters, like tripod, handling machines, and we'll get into our units. And I didn't cover those right away, but we'll cover those as we play because I'll be building them right away. Things like infantry, cavalry, field guns, siege guns, warships. All these counters, if you notice, they're elongated. They actually go in a plastic standee. So if you want, you can have all your things in a standees around on the board. I don't do that just for the storage reasons, just because it's a lot easier to store them in the tray over here without those standees. But if you want to, the game comes with a whole bunch of them. Easy to set up. You just, prime apart a little bit, slide the cardboard counter in, you're good to go. I definitely recommend leaving them in there, not taking them in and out, because like any plastic standee, you're going to cause wear to the cardboard. So I just go without them. But they are there. Just FYI, if you guys want to see them, interested in seeing them standing up, or you've seen that before in pictures, that is part of the game that comes with it. So, all right. So production phase to start off. So over here in the production phase, you always begin by checking your events. So to start every phase, you check the event using the event deck over here. Right now, it's on the escape event card is what's showing. So when we get down to the escape phase down here for the humans, that's when we'll flip that card and see what happens. So start off with the production phase. Every production phase, you get production points equal to the gears in your producing zones. So hopefully you guys can see the capital has three gears. It's 12 workforce, but it's 3 gears, and it's blue to show it's the capital. But then every other one is going to be green or yellow. 2. So just 2. So it's very simple. So you go around. Oh, and then actually never mind, before I get to that, I want to make a mistake here. The area where the initial tripod lands is destroyed. So whales here. So this whales, and it's like, actually, let me explain that anyway. So the whales area here counter has 4 workforce and would have been 1 production. It's actually discarded, replaced with a destroyed counter here. So then that area obviously does not count towards my production. So, all right, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And I already knew that because it always starts off with 20. So 20... I guess I wouldn't always start off with 20 because that's a 2, so we got destroyed. But I'm at 20 now. Let's just go with that, okay, folks? All right, so I got 20 production points. They do give you little counters here. Do you keep track, hopefully? Yeah, you guys can see it on there. Okay. So, one's a 10, one's a 1. So, pretty simple stuff here. It's just to help you. So, it'd be 20. So, just start. You can put the times 10 on the 2. So, I know I got 20 there. What do I want to do here? What do I want to do? I definitely don't want to do any battles or anything like that. Not yet. Where's he going to go? What I'm going to do is I'm going to build 2... I'm going to buy 2 infantry. And when you buy units, there's a cost. It's in the book. Infantry costs 10 production points each. Cavalry 10. You buy a random harbor for 2. Field guns cost 12. Siege guns 22. And warships are 4, but they're not persistent. They only stay when you're during a naval battle. The only time you do a battle when you're obviously in the same area as a wave of tripods, but also you have to have field guns or siege guns. So, all right, let's see here. All right, so yeah, Birmingham, I'm actually going to build 2 infantry. So that's 20. So that's all my production points used up. And that is it for the production phase. Yep. Alright. So it goes on to the battle phase. You check to see if there's any of my units in the same zone as a wave. And nope, I have some guys in Birmingham, but they're over in Wales right now. So nothing happens. You also would make the the card check or the event check. It's on escape, so that won't be for a few turns here. Alright, now you go to the devastation phase. Alright, here's where bad stuff starts happening for us. So what you do is there is a devastation chart. Let me see if it's in the rule book here, because I have a cheat sheet up here. Okay, so there is here. I'm gonna show you guys. It's not. There's a big. There's a really nice player aid. I have it up here. Let me show you. Let me see if I can. Oop, sorry. Right there. So I'm able to reference that as I play. I have it set up there pretty nice, so it works really well. Sorry about that. I didn't want to be such a pain to adjust the camera there. Okay, good. All right, so I have that in a rule book here. And what you do, and that's the results of it. You're rolling devastation. These tripods are here to kill humans and take over and colonize. So you roll on the chart, and it's just like you would. You roll with one die here, and what you're looking at is it'll be green is a heat ray, yellow is black smoke, red's causes panic, and it's for what you do is you roll for that zone. In this case, I don't have to roll because the zone's already destroyed. But what you normally would do is say this tripod was say he had moved to Liverpool zone up here. He would roll, and then it would say, okay, lose 1 unit, which would be any of my military units, -2 workforce, which reduces. You'd flip the counter to reduce the workforce, which may reduce your production as well. You generate refugees, which refugees would guys that you have to try to get to boats, get to the harbors to escape. And then you also would possibly lose victory points. So, let's see here. All right. So because the tripod right now is in a zone that's already destroyed, there's no devastation. There's no need for a devastation roll. It's not 100% clear in the rulebook, but that's what Kevin Verssen has clarified that on BGG. There's only a couple things that I really was kind of questioning, and that was one of them, and he answered that right away. So official word is, when you're in a zone that's already destroyed, you don't even need to roll because none of the results are going to apply. You're not going to be causing refugees and panic in a zone that's already devastated and destroyed. So, all right. From devastation, go on to the human action phase. All right, so here's where you can do movement, and then the units can use their special abilities depending on availability. So what I mean by that is, first of all, here's where you would move, your infantry, if you had cavalry, siege guns, so basically any of your military units, and then if you had any refugees, you would move them. You want to get them out of the zones with waves of tripods and into zones with harbors, which I have none built right now, so they're blank right now. When you build a harbor, you can either pay a certain amount to have it be like a named one, like you pick where it goes, or you draw from the cup randomly. So, all right, let's see here. So I have, right now there's no refugees or anything like that. They haven't been generated yet, so all I have are these 2 infantry. What I'm thinking is I want my 2 infantry to kind of start building some defenses. And one of the special abilities they have, they have 2 special abilities they can do. So when they're in a zone with a cylinder, they can actually attack it to try to destroy the tripods before they're created. Which, that's something that is not normally, speaking of which, I think when the cylinder I was supposed to draw 4. I'll go ahead and set that up. But what they do is you can attack them while they're being created. Otherwise, during a regular land battle, infantry don't cause direct damage to tripods. Only field guns and siege guns do. Alright, that's for the number 2 there that's being constructed. So it's not on the map yet, but it's being constructed. So, alright. But I'm not in a zone with the cylinder, so I can't do that. The other thing they can do, and this is what I'm going to do, is they can attempt to place powder kegs. And powder kegs almost act like a mine. So, let me find them here. Alright, so you can place these powder kegs in a zone, and what happens is they just hang out in the zone, and then when the Martians show up, there's a chance they can blow up and damage or destroy tripods. So I have two infantry here. They're both going to attempt to build powder kegs. So what happens on that roll is a green, I place a powder keg. A yellow, infantry is destroyed. And red is no effect. So I'm hoping for 2 greens here. So let's see what I can get. 2 yellows. Okay. Alright, 2 yellows. So both infantry are destroyed and no powder kegs are placed. That's a bummer. That's a bad roll. That was bad luck because now I lost basically 20 production points. Lost a turn of... yeah, that's not good. But we're going to roll with it. That's what we got to do here. Okay, yep, that's it for, at this point, for the human action phase. Alright, so now we go on to the escape phase. And if you can read that, in parentheses it says VP, human VP. The next one is Martian action phase, and then in parentheses VP, that'd be the Martian VP. So for this phase, we'll do the escape phase. Event check. Here's where we have our card. Let's go ahead and flip her out, see what she does. Train stations. You may pay 2 production points per refugee to move them to any producing zone. Well, there's no refugees on the board right now, so no effect on that one. Next one would be Martian action events. Actually, we'll draw that one next turn. Or next phase, excuse me. Alright. So, on the escape phase here, obviously I have no refugees. So I don't need to worry about trying to get to a harbor, which I don't have any harbors built anyway. That would be the big part of the escape phase. Well, I guess there's 2 parts of it. The main part is getting your refugees to harbors and fleeing, and attempting to flee, which they may just escape with a couple rolls and that's it. Or you may have to actually fight a naval battle against tripods and try to escape that way. Then the other thing you do in the escape phase here is you check the human VP and you gain VP. And how human VP works is either escaping refugees. Each one refugee is 1 victory point. And then you actually gain 1 victory point each turn here during this phase for each producing zone you have. So each zone that's not destroyed. Which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. 10 VP. So I'm going to go ahead and move the germ counter up to the 1. Because the 1 is basically equivalent of 10. If that makes sense here. It is for... Otherwise, if you do 1 to 9, use the H. So if I gained 9 VP, I just would have put that on the 9. I gained 10, so I went to 10. So germ counter goes to 1. And then when you... And something you would do, we're not going to do this turn because it doesn't apply yet, is... New cylinder placement here. So, if I can get it to focus in here, guys. When you move your germ counter into the 3rd space on the progress track, cylinder number 3 lands. We move into the 6th space, cylinder number 4. Move into the 9th space, cylinder number 5 lands. Then you do the same thing for rolling for new cylinder placement. What that is that's to show that, you know, time's progressing. And they don't keep track of what turn it is, you know, how many turns have gone by. They keep track of it using the VPs. So as you get higher, right, as you get towards your goal of 10 or 100, I guess, as you get towards 100, which we're at 10 right now, Martians land. You know, Martians land. So just keep that in mind as you're playing. Okay. On to the next phase, Martian action phase. Alright, event check. And we got a card, so we'll draw that bad boy. Overwhelming Martian presence. When totaling victory points, treat all destroyed zones as red weed zones this turn. Okay. Which we'll see if it changes anyway. So for Martian actions, for each tripod on the board, or I should say wave of tripods, which we have 1 wave right now, you roll for their action. And again, it's on that player aid. It's also in the rulebook here. And you, depending on the color of the zone, so you can see where it says yellow, green, blue, destroy the red weed. That determines what they do. You roll, and then they move. Do they get reinforcements, or do they start building a flying machine? All right. So action. So he's in a destroyed zone right now. Alright, so we go ahead and roll. Roll 1 die. You got a yellow. So yellow is arrival. Arrival, the wave gives 1 random tripod. So wave number 1 here is going to gain an additional tripod. I just draw out of my little bag. And boom. So he's got another buddy now. So now there's 5 tripods in that first wave. Now, just like the last turn. Oh, here we go. Actually, before we actually calculate VP, you roll a die for each destroyed zone. On a red die, you flip the zone counter from destroyed to red weed. If I can find my... Oh, there it is. Tucked in there. Alright, so on a red, it flips from destroyed, which it's at now, so it's destroyed, and each destroyed zone gives the Martians 2 victory points. If I roll a red, it flips to red weed, which gives them 4, so you get double the VP. Yellow, so it does not flip. However, excuse me while I try not to sneeze here, camera. However, because we had, remember we rolled, our card was overwhelming Martian presence, all destroyed zones as red zones for VPs this turn. So technically, instead of getting just the 2, they would get 4. In addition to that, they're only going to get 4 this turn, so because it's not 10, we don't move the colonization marker. It doesn't go up to 1 because it's not 10. So their little M goes up to 4. So they have 4 VPs right now. So if you look at it, I have 10, and they have 4. So I'm leading the way, but it's a little deceiving. You'll see as we go along here. So one other thing you would do is if they had, if there's refugees in zones with waves, they would be captured at this point, and then each one refugee is 1 Martian VP. So, alright. Let's go ahead and calculate VP. We're good there. And if you notice here on the card, if you can see that, the next card, it will be the Martian action event. So we're on the Martian action phase, but we do 1 card, and then that's it. So even though the next one still says Martian action event, you don't keep drawing. We did 1 card. Now we're going to have to go through, and we come back to the Martian action phase. That's when we'll draw that one again. So, all right, let's go on to the assembly phase. Under the assembly phase is if there is a cylinder on the board, that's when you roll, and you roll a die. And if the color matches the color of the assembling machine, or excuse me, handling machine, sorry, the assembly phase, the handling machine, if the color matches, then it'll actually build that wave. So, all right, let's see what happens here. Okay. Green. Good. Okay, so he's yellow, so it did not build him. All right, cool. That's good. We didn't need that. All right, that was the first turn. Let's go ahead and move on to turn number 2. All right, turn number 2 here. Starts off back up at the production phase. So same dealio as before. We look at our gears. So check our producing zones and check the number of gears in each one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So starts off with 20 production points, which we can put our little counter up here at on the 2, the 10 times 10. Let's see. I think I'll probably figure out my strategy. Now that I lost those 2 infantry, that really hurt. I kind of want to do more infantry, just do it again. Honestly, I think that's what I'm going to do. Because I'm trying to... We'll just do that. We'll see how it goes from there, okay? So, alright, so I'm going to buy the 2 infantry, 10 each. Remember, so that's 20. So there goes all my production points. Oh boy. Let's just see how it goes, I guess, right? Alright, so we go down to the battle phase now. I'm sorry, remember we are still checking for event card, but it's at the Martian action event, so it's not going to be till that phase down there. So, battle phase. Check the card. Nope. Check to see if there's a wave and military units are in the same zone. Field guns and siege guns. Nope. No battle phase. Alright, or well, we have battle phase, just no battles happen. Alright, down to the devastation phase. Alright, here we go. So, and again though, the wave is in a destroyed zone, so he's not moved yet. So they move. The point is you know, it seems first it seems like, well, why is he still hanging out? Remember, during the Martian action phase, when he rolled for an arrival, so he had reinforcements. So that's why he didn't move, because he was getting reinforcements. A unit's either going to just, you know, a Martian wave is probably either going to destroy an area, or since it's already destroyed, basically there's only three things they're going to do. They're going to get reinforcements, they're going to move out, or they're going to start building the flying machine, which flying machine is up here. There's 4 pieces, and when they assemble all 4 pieces, the Martians win. Make sense? Alright. So, no devastation needed, because the zone's already destroyed. Go ahead to the human action phase. Check the event check. Nope, Martian action phase still hasn't changed. Now here's where I get to, remember, you can move any units I have and or use their special abilities. So, same thing as before. I'm going to take my 2 little guys there. I'm going to go ahead and try to build some powder kegs here. So, alright, a yellow and a red. So, red is no effect, and the yellow is destroyed. So one of them's destroyed, and the other one's no effect. Wow. All right. Well, you know what? I'll be honest. It's part of the game. Is going to be luck, and that's just how it is when you're rolling dice. You know, you can try to mitigate it in certain ways, and there are. Sorry, I think I bumped the camera. There are ways you can mitigate luck. You know, you try to be strategic, do the right moves, but sometimes if you roll badly, that's just kind of the way it is, and that's all right. I don't mind rolling dice. I like it as part of the game. I'm not sure how good how good I'm going to do this game, but we're going to keep at it, okay? Alright, so for the human action phase, that's what I did, and I did terrible. So we're going to go on to the escape phase. Alright, there are event check. Nope. No refugees, so which I don't have any harbors built anyway. And now we go ahead and look at our VPs here, which... Remember, 1 for every producing zone. We're still at 10 because they haven't destroyed any new zones. So, 10. So, the germ counter goes from, again, I hope I explained it correctly, is that, you know, the H for human victory points basically counts by 1s, and then you use the germ for every 10. So, this would be at 0 plus 10 for VP, so it goes to 10, which basically just means the germ goes to 20. It's equivalent to 20. So, if that makes sense. So, we're at 20 VPs right now. Alright. I think for the escape phase, I think that's it. Yeah, we don't have to do a new cylinder yet until we get to 30 VPs. Or the germ counter gets to the 3. However you want to describe it. So, alright. So now the Martian action phase. Check the event. Yep, here we go. Martian action event. Black smoke. Every wave inflicts 1 workforce loss on its zone. Well, the good news is, the one wave we have is already in a destroyed zone. So, no effect. And the next card will be Devastation event, so that'll be when we come back around next turn. Alright, so Martian action phase. Continuing here. We'll go ahead and check to see what wave number 1 does. So remember, we'll give her a roll. See what his action is. He's in a destroyed zone. So green. He will move. Alright, so here's where it's starting to get, uh-oh, they're moving. So he is now moved. And when you look on the chart, for each zone, it'll list, when you roll the die, where it moves. So, I don't have it, it's not in the rule book, it's just on that player aid over there. So we're not going to worry about that at the moment. He's in Wales. Let's get a roll. Yellow. So if you're in Wales and you roll a yellow, you move to Bristol. Alright, so this wave moves down to Bristol. Uh-oh. There we go. So that is his action for the turn, though. So he doesn't move down there and then do anything else. He just moves, you know. These waves, maybe the tripods are kind of slow, I guess. So, alright, now we go ahead and we're going to calculate their VP. First we check to see if that destroyed zone flips to red weed. Remember, you have to roll a red for that to happen. Green. So it stays destroyed, so they just get the 2 VP. So right now, you know, they're picking them up slow. They're not gaining a lot of VP. And that's okay, though, because other than that, I haven't had a lot of luck with any of my units, any of my productions, so. Alright, was that it for the... Yep, that's Martian action phase. Alright, let's go on to the assembly phase. So now, remember, we're rolling on this cylinder here. He's trying to assemble. He's trying to roll a yellow. This is for the Martians. If they roll a yellow, it assembles wave number 2. Green, so still being assembled. Which actually, I got an idea now. Alright, so still being assembled over here. Okay. Alright, and that is the end of turn number 2. Which I'm not really, I mean, I'm not, you don't need to keep track of what turn it is. You just keep going. The timing, like I said, really any timers or anything is tied into the VPs over here. So, alright, so we go over to start off with the production phase. I'm still at 20 production points, 20 little gears. So I got my times 10 put on a 2. I do have an idea. This seems ridiculous. I swear I'm not. This isn't the only strategy. This is a strategy I'm doing right now. I'm going to spend my 20 and build 2 more. Actually, should I build? Yeah, I'm going to build just 1. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build 1. So we're going to get down to the 10 production points. And what I'm going to do is you can also, during the production phase, you can spend 2 production points to move units. Each unit costs 2. So I'm going to move both of these to whales. That costs 4. So our 10 becomes 6. And then I'm also going to spend 2, so 6 becomes 4 production points, to build a random harbor. So randomly select Newcastle. Newcastle, way up here. Alright, so I'm going to put the harbor token there. So now there's a harbor there. There's a place where refugees can go when they start spawning. And now I moved my 2 guys over here, my 2 infantry. And remember, one of the infantry's abilities is going to be able to, on the human action phase, attempt to attack this cylinder and destroy the tripods as they're being constructed, which is the only time infantry can damage tripods. Alright. Okay, that's it for the production phase. Go on to the battle phase. None of my units are in the same zone as a wave, so no battle. We already checked the card. It's Devastation, which will be next turn here, next phase. Boom, next phase, Devastation phase. Check the card. Martian Strength. If any waves destroy their zones this phase, immediately change 1 zone to redweed. Uh-oh. Well, I don't think we'll be able to destroy it, but we'll just keep that in mind. Alright. So the Devastation here. So now that he is in, it's the first time he gets to roll in Devastation here. So wave number 1, he's in a producing zone. So a zone that's not a red counter, it's got a normal counter, and it's green here. Let me see if it's in the book here, just so you guys can see it. Alright, no, it's not. Oh, it is. Okay, good. Okay, so I showed you guys earlier the Devastation phase where it's you roll and they either do the Heat Ray, Black Smoke, or Panic, and then it's based on the tripods in the wave. I'll show it to you guys here on camera. I know it's all crazy. I apologize. Alright, so you can see, depending on how many waves, how many tripods are in the wave on the left there, and then what they do. So, let's go ahead and give it a roll. Yellow. So, what that means is that wave number 1, remember, had 5 tripods because he got reinforced with the arrival. So 5 plus, and you got yellow, so Black Smoke. So you can see it's -7 workforce, 2 refugees, 2 human VPs. Wow, that's brutal. All right, so it's a little bit of a special circumstance here. So I haven't had a result that harsh before. So Black Smoke, 5 plus, -7 workforce. Now your workforce is your, that production counter we've been talking about, and you can see where ours was at 6. So it started off at 6. So I didn't think he'd be able to destroy the zone, because usually when you lose workforce, it's 2 or 4. This is 7. We only had 6. So this zone is destroyed. So he took this zone out. So we replace that production counter with a destroyed counter, placed right there. And remember that Devastation phase event card kicks in. Martian Strength. If any waves destroy their zones this phase, immediately change 1 zone to redweed. We'll just change the old one. Doesn't matter. The one they originally had. So we have a redweed and a destroyed zone here. And then what happens is normally under that it would say, so it says -7 workforce. It said 2 refugees, 2 human VPs. However, if a zone's destroyed, the production counter is reduced to 0 or less, and you replace it with a destroyed counter, it ends the Devastation phase for that wave. Do not continue down the list by adding refugees or subtracting human victory points. Fair enough? Alright, so, I guess the nice thing is the zone's destroyed, so there's not going to be any refugees or anything. Everyone's dead. How lovely. Alright, so destroyed. God, that was brutal. Jeez, did some work on me there. Alright, so is that finishing up the devastation phase here? I'm stunned by it. I'm stunned. Okay. Alright, that is the end of the devastation phase because that's the only wave we had to roll for. Alright, we're going to go on to the human action phase. Check the event. That's an escape, so we'll do that next phase. This phase, so here's what we're going to do now. So instead of the keg's not working. Powder keg's not working. Guys can't build them. I don't know what's going on. My guys are no good at powder kegs right now. But one thing we can do is we can attack the cylinder. Now that we have 2 infantry, we can attack the cylinder. So we're going to roll 1 die for each. There's 2 of them. Green, 1 tripod is destroyed. Yellow, no effect. Red means infantry destroyed. So we're hoping for green. Green and yellow. 1 green, 1 yellow. Yellow is no effect. Green is 1 tripod destroyed. Awesome. So that was cylinder number 2. So that's assembling wave number 2. So up there. So one of them is destroyed. Is it destroyed or damaged? Destroyed. Remove the tripod from its tripod staging area. Perfect. All right. Awesome. That's very nice. Okay. And that's all they're going to do. We don't have any refugees, no other units to move. So that's it for the human action phase. On to the escape phase. No refugees to try to escape out of here, so we haven't had to mess with that yet. Usually it starts off pretty quick. We haven't had a single refugee yet. Unfortunately, it's because they've been destroying zones so quick anyway, right? I'm going to go ahead and calculate our... Oh, I'm sorry. Check the card first. Check the card. Always remember to check the card. Like I'll get this sometimes where I'm thinking ahead. Oh, I know it's coming up. I know it's not for a while. When I get to that phase, remember to look at the card. So, event. Humanity. Gain 1 human victory point for every refugee that rolls a fleeing result. Fortunately, we don't have any refugees, so we're not going to gain any extra VPs. Alright, so escape phase. Now, we did the refugees. Now we check for victory points. So remember, it's 1 VP for every producing region, which we had 1 destroyed. So instead of 10 plus, it's only be 9. Let's double check. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, so 9 VPs. So instead of going up by 10 right away, take our H and put it up at 9 because it was at 0. So basically, you could say we're at 29 victory points. Once we get to 30, once we get the germ counter to the 3, there's going to be another cylinder that's going to land as well. So, but not yet. All right. Is that it? That is it. Okay. Martian action phase. Check the card. Nope, it's for devastation. Let's see. Martian actions. What are we going to do here? So we got this guy down here and that's destroyed. Let's see what he's going to do. He's in a destroyed zone. He's the only one who can do anything. Rolls a red. If you roll red when you're in a destroyed or red weed zone, he builds part of the flying machine. So, grab a random piece of the flying machine. It's hard to see. It's actually really cool artwork, but it is hard to see on the little pieces here. But it's the first piece over there. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. He has 1 piece over there. If he gets all 4, they win. So they're on the flying machine victory path. They're 1/4 of the way, unfortunately. Now we go ahead and calculate VPs. We want to make sure first we check to see if this destroyed flips to red weed. So we get a little roll. If it's red, it flips. It's yellow, so it did not. Then it's 4 VPs for this and 2 for that. So 6. So they go up 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. Alright, so their colonization counter went up to the 1, which is 10, and then the M is at 2. So, alright. And that is it for Martian action phase. Go down to the assembly phase, check the card. Nope, it's devastation. So now we check to see. They want to roll a yellow on their handling machine to try to assemble that one. Let's see what they get here. Green. So no, not assembled yet. Good. Because my infantry can keep damaging them and trying to weed them down there. Alright, let's see what we got here. So, that's the end of the assembly phase. Go ahead, next turn. Go back up to production. Check the card. Nope, devastation. Okay, so production. Go ahead and count them off again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we're at 18 now. So our production's dropped. And that's during the game, your production will drop. And that's just part of it. It'll continuously drop and drop. We already had 4. We just got 18. So, well, 22. We'll just put it at 22. Alright, 22, huh? We can start building fill guns and siege guns if we needed. Shoot. Probably is not a bad idea, huh? Yeah, let's start doing that. Let's go ahead and build a siege gun, which will take 22. And these are the guys that can, during the battle phase, can actually attack the tripods. Yeah, I don't remember if I pointed this out. You can only build in zones that have a factory. The factory symbol. So some do not. And then there's zones with hills. Those are defensive. Those are good for you, etc., etc. So, factory. I wouldn't want to build it there, though. You can build in a zone with a wave. But then the problem is the next phase here would be the battle phase, and this one guy would go to battle against 5 tripods, and he'd be annihilated. So, put him up in Birmingham here. That'd be kind of a neutral point right now, I think. I do Southampton. No, this is good. Birmingham is fine. Alright, so we'll go ahead. That was 22, which was exactly how many I had. So all my production points have been used up now for this turn. Alright, let's go on to the battle phase. I have no military units in a zone with a wave, so no battle. Card is Devastation, which is the next phase. So Devastation phase. Card check first. Slow to coordinate. The wave with the most tripods does not devastate. Alright, well he wouldn't have devastated anyway because he's already in a red zone. So nothing. The card says nothing happens. Nothing was going to happen anyway. That's alright though. Alright. Let's see. Okay. And then if you notice the next card is Devastation, so next Devastation phase, next turn. We'll flip that card. So on to the human action phase. Check the card. Nope. Human action phase. We're going to go ahead and... See, I don't want to move any... I don't have any refugees yet again. And I don't want to mess with him. He's going to stay in Birmingham. I'm going to go ahead and have my 2 infantry attack the machine again. Remember, they're trying to attack the handling machine, trying to destroy any of the tripods in the cylinder there. So, I think it's on the cheat sheet, is it? I think I have to look in the rule book here. Alright, so cylinder attack. Here we go. 2 guys, 2 dice. A red and a yellow. That's not good. Okay, yellow is no effect. Red is infantry is destroyed. So I lose one of my infantry. And no effect there. So I'm not able to destroy any more tripods this turn. Bummer. Alright. I think that's it. Yep, let's go on to the escape phase. Check the card. Nope. No refugees. So we'll check victory points. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Alright, here we go. It's about to get real here. So, we got our 9, which puts us at, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so we're at 38. Now that the germ counter reached the 30, but 3, another cylinder lands. So, remember for cylinder placement, there's a chart. There's going to land in Scotland, Wales, or Lancaster. Roll the yellow. So he lands in Wales. So, cylinder number 3 lands in Wales. So now we have 2 cylinders there. Go ahead and start. Oh, that is 4. Just throw them out there. It's 4. Alright, cool. Alright, so we have these tripods being assembled, everything getting ready. Wales is it's hopping right up there. Alright, so that was the end of the escape phase. Yep. Alright, perfect. So, on to the Martian action phase. Check the card. Nope. Let's see what this wave does down here. He's in a destroyed zone. Go ahead and roll. Roll to green. Near destroyed zone in the green, you get move. So, from Bristol, roll. Red. Bristol, red is Birmingham. So he moves up to Birmingham. Uh-oh. That's not good. That's scary. So he's going to move up to Birmingham where I have my siege gun there. Uh-oh. Alright. Oh, not good. Alright, and then they get their VPs. First we check to see if that was the only wave that could do an action. The only assembled wave. See if this destroyed zone turns red weed. It does not, if they're all red. So 4 victory points plus 2, so plus 6. So they're at 18 right now. Alright. Okay. On to assembly phase. Check the card. Nope. Now we roll. Hopefully, I really don't want to roll a yellow because then there'll be 2 waves that'll form. So, crazy. You just roll once. Let me see. Let me double check here. Every cylinder rolls a die. Okay. So let's do it for cylinder number 2. Yep. He got a yellow, which means he is assembled. Cylinder number 2 off the board. Wave number 2 forms there. Remember, I was able to destroy one with my infantry, so I'm down to just 3. So that's kind of good at least. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and roll for number 3 here. So remember, yellow forms. You got a yellow, so cylinder number 3 taken off the board. Wave number 3 is placed right here. And they're ready to go. So I'm about to be annihilated here. All right. And that is the end of this turn, and we'll go on to the next. All right. We're starting off on the production phase here. How many points do I get here? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I got my 18 production points. 18 points, huh? I'm gonna have to spend some to move some guys too, because I'm not ready for any fighting here. Oh man. Alright, so I'm gonna spend, first off I'm gonna spend 2 to move him up here and 2 to move him up here. So my siege gun moved and my infantry, so that's spent 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, which leaves me with 14, huh? 14. Well, I need to start getting some guns up here because I need to start attacking some of these waves. So I'm going to go ahead and build another siege gun. And with the factory symbol in Liverpool, I'm going to build them in Liverpool with these other guys. They have a little bit of a force here. Starting to build a little bit of an army. That was 12. That 14, so that knocks me down to 2. 2 VPs. I think I will sit on the 2 VPs. Yep, that's what I'll do. So, alright. Going on to the battle phase. Check the card. Nope, it's for devastation phase. There are no military units with waves. Waves are here. These guys are up here. Remember, I ran away. So nothing happens during the battle phase. On to the devastation phase. Check the card. Yep. Alright. Swift destruction. The wave with the fewest tripods devastates twice, which would be wave number 2. Which, good news, he's already in a destroyed zone. So, no destruction. He's not going to do anything anyway. So waves 2 and 3 right now, since they're in the red weed zone, they're not going to devastate at all. Wave number 1 will, however, in Birmingham. So let's see what he does. His devastation, he is... Alright, number 1 has 5 tripods. I'll give a roll here. Red, which is panic. So with 5... he destroys 1 unit, which would be a military unit. I don't have any on the board. -2 workforce. So the Birmingham was at a 7. Drops to a 5. I still have the 2 production points from it, though. It didn't drop far enough to lose production. 5 refugees form, which is a lot. Let me tell you. So, place 2 counters on the 2. And the counters, counter mix, I could do 5 1s, but I like to try to keep it smaller. So I'll do 2 2s and a 1. You can break them up into just 1 each, too. There's nothing that keeps it into 2. So, just for clarification here. That was the 5 refugees, and then -2 human VPs. So, VPs were at 38, drops down 36. So, not a huge loss, but still not great. Alright. And then that is it for devastation. Alright. On to the human action phase. So here's where it starts getting where you want to start moving units. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move 2 refugees here, and here's where we're going to check something at the end. I'll show you guys a new rule we haven't had to worry about at all. Or not new rule, but a rule I haven't had to worry about at all. So I'm going to move 2 refugees here to Leicester, and move 2 up to Liverpool, and this one is going to flee over to Southampton. Okay, go the other way. All right. Now my 3 units here. I don't know if I should do anything with the infantry. Try to build a keg, maybe. I mean, I have terrible luck, but that just means I'm due, right? I know what that means. I'm due to actually roll. Okay, yeah, let's try to build a power keg with this infantry here. Let's go ahead and give her a roll. Remember, green is good, yellow is very bad, red is no effect. So, get a green. Worst case, red, please. Green. Oh my god, I did it. So, built a powder keg in Liverpool. Alright, awesome. CB chilling there too. Units are kind of funky. Alright, perfect. Just powder keg now all set up. Act as, I think I explained it, they act as like almost like a landmine for the tripods. So, alright. Human action phase, I think. Yeah, okay. Perfect. Alright, so now we go on to the escape phase. Now there are refugees on the board finally. However, none are in a zone with a harbor, which Leicester never has one. Liverpool can, but it's not built. Newcastle has one. It's up way up here, so they're headed up that way. And then down here they can build them, but again, I don't have any right now. So what we will do is check the event first. It's assembly, so no worries there. And here's the rule that didn't get a chance to talk about before, is you look at the refugees in a zone. If a zone has more refugees than gears on its production counter, the additional refugees are captured, which then count towards Martian's VP. So, check the gears. So always keep in mind as you're fleeing, you don't want to have them, if they can't escape that turn, you don't want to have too many in a zone. That's why I spread them out like that. So, for instance, the 2 in Leicester, well, there's only 2. So are they already maxed out here? Liverpool, 2? That's 2, so it's maxed out. Southampton, they can have 3, or excuse me, they can have 2, just the 1, so no problem there. Just keep that in mind as well when you're fleeing your refugees towards harbors. So, alright. So not worried about the refugees. Total our VPs. We are at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're at 45 VPs for the game. Check for new cylinders. No new cylinders until we get to the 6th spot with our germs, which is 60. And we're only at, what are we at? What did we say? 45? 45, so yeah, 15 away from that. That'd be a couple turns, I bet. So, alright, let's go on to the Martian action phase. Check the event. Nope, assembly. So for the Martian actions, here's where it's going to start getting, start getting crazy, maybe start moving around. Let's do wave number 1. He is, let's see, Martian action. He is in a green zone. So here's where you look. Green zone up here. The gears are green. So, you roll. Yellow. If he's in a green zone and he rolls yellow, he repairs, which he doesn't need to repair at all. So I believe, no, I'm sorry. Yellow is a rival. My bad, I looked at it wrong. So yellow zone. He's in a green zone. My apologies. Alright, so green zone, roll to yellow, that's repair. I think when they get repair, they don't do that though. Let me see. If they're non-ignore, if they're not damaged, ignore this result. So I assume you roll again. This is ignore the result. So it'd be repair again. So he's either gonna move. He has to move basically. I guess is what it is, honestly, because you have to roll. Yellow is repair. Green and red are both move. So he has to move. So we're just gonna skip to move phase. Otherwise, it's gonna sit there rolling until I get a move anyway. So from Birmingham, yellow. So he goes to Bristol. Back down to Bristol. I think he was down there and he moved to Birmingham. Back down to Bristol, which is destroyed anyway, so I don't know what he's doing, but who knows? Who knows what those Martians are up to? Alright, so let's roll for wave number 2. He's in a red zone. Red weed, actually. Destroyed / red weed. So he's either going to move, he's either going to get reinforcements, or he's going to get a flying machine. A piece of the flying machine. Red, that's a piece of the flying machine. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Alright, so that's 2. That's 2 pieces now. Oops. So they only need 2 more. All right, that was number 2. So number 3, what's he gonna do? Green is move. So from, where's he at? Wales. Green from Wales is Birmingham. So he's gonna go over to Birmingham. Oh boy, here we go. They're spreading out now. This is not good. Not good for me. All right, let's go on to the assembly phase. Oh, no, sorry. Martian action phase want to finish, get their VPs. Don't want to cheat in here. So they moved around and go ahead and collect their VPs, which a couple ways now, just because we're starting to get a little more stuff going on the board. First of all, they would check that one destroyed. Flips red, it flips to red weed. Nope, it's green, did not. Then if they get 4, 5, 6, and now they're starting to spread out and there's refugees. If they ever finish this Martian action phase in the same zone as refugees, they capture them, and each one refugee is worth 1 VP. Fortunately, our refugees are farther away. They're not there. There's none in Bristol, Wales, or Birmingham, so they just get the 6. So. Alright, so they're now at, looks like what, 24? 24 VPs? Okay. Alright, now we go on to the assembly phase. Check the card. Yep. Delayed production. Save this card. Next time a handling machine turns a cylinder into a wave, cancel the action. Oh, that's nice. That's real nice. Yeah, we're definitely saving that one. Alright, cool. Put that up here. Say, don't forget that one. Alright, that's a good one. Wow. Alright, the next one will be a production event. Let's see. Assembly. There are no... our two cylinders already got built into waves last turn, so that's it for this turn. We'll go on to the next. Alright, we're going to go ahead and start off on the production phase. Remember, we checked the card. We have a card, so... Warship sighted. Save this card. The next warship you purchase costs 0 production points. Awesome. We haven't done any naval or land battles yet. I'm not trying to avoid them. We just haven't had any happen. Hopefully we'll get some soon here. So, but we get to hang on to that bad boy. Looks like the next card will be a battle event, so it'll be next phase. Alright, so production phase. We have our points here. Let's check them again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So it's 18 production points. We only had 2, so we're at 20 right now. I'm definitely trying to start building up a little bit of an army here. 20, huh? Shoot. I need... Oh, man. I need like a cavalry too, though. Alright, let's buy a cavalry. It's 10. I'll put us down to from 20 to 10, and then do we need more though? Hey, another infantry. Yeah, let's do that. Another infantry as well. So that down to 0 production points. Yeah, it's risky, but that's what we're gonna do. So, all right. Okay, let's go ahead on to the battle phase. You know what? Here's the deal. There's no battles going to happen because there's no waves that are not in the same spot as any of my armies. But it says for battle phase, event check. If the event card takes place during the battle phase, draw the card and complete the event. So I assume you draw it even though there's no battle taking place. That's how I've been playing it. Just keep in mind I'm actually not 100% sure on this one, so I'm going to go ahead and draw the battle event. Actually, anticipated events, I'll try to put 1 hex straight down. See, so it doesn't apply because there's not a battle. So I don't even know if I'm supposed to draw it during the now then. Well, we'll go there for now. This might be the first. I think this might be the first thing I might be playing wrong. We'll figure that out, and I'll put a note in the description of the video or comments or something to let you guys know when I find out either way. Okay, guys? So sorry about that one. I tried to have all the rules straight. That was one that I wasn't able to. I actually forgot to ask Kevin. Kevin Verssen was nice enough to reach out and say, hey, if you have any questions, email me, message me, whatever. That was one I forgot to ask him on, though. So, all right. So, like I said, there's no battles taking place, though. So we're gonna move on to the devastation phase. Now we have the wave number 2. It's already in a zone that's red weed, so nothing there. Wave number 1, same thing, destroyed zone, Bristol, so nothing happening there. But Birmingham now, wave number 3. Let's see what he does for devastation. He has 4 tripods. Rolls a yellow, so that's black smoke, -4 workforce, 2 refugees, -2 human VPs. So we were at a 5 workforce, it's knocked down to 1. Wow. Alright, it's knocked down to 1, so it's almost destroyed, but not quite. 2 refugees and 2 human VPs. So So I'm going to put 2 refugees in Birmingham. And then minus 2 human VPs, so go from 45 to 43. Okay, alright. Bummer on that one. Alright, so then that was... Except for Devastation, right? I'm going to make sure. Because some of these turns go faster than others, so I just want to make sure I'm doing them right here. Pretty sure I am. Yep. Alright, so let's go on to the human action phase. Check the card. Nope, it's battle event. Yeah, battle event, so maybe I'm not supposed to draw it till battle. I don't know. We'll find out. Alright, so human action phase. What I'm going to do is I have the 2 infantry. I'm going to go ahead and do... try to place powder kegs, both of them. Same deal it was before. Green is good. Red's okay. Yellow is very bad. No yellows. Alright, a green and a red. So I build 1 powder keg and then no effect on the red. Perfect. I'm going to have 2 powder kegs up here. So that's good. Alright, getting some action going on up there. Alright, now I'm not going to have any of the other units move or anything except my refugees. Obviously, I want them to start moving. Or keep moving. So we're going to move these 2 refugees in Liverpool up to Newcastle. 2 refugees in Leicester, move them to Leeds. The 1 refugee in Southampton, move over to Norwich. And the 2 in Birmingham, move them over to Leicester. Alright, perfect. Now, here we go. We might start seeing something happen in here. So, that was the human action phase. Yep. Move on to the escape phase. Check the card. Nope. Now, we actually have some escapes going on here. So I have 2 refugees in Newcastle, which has a harbor. So these 2 refugees are going to attempt to flee. Here's how you do that. So, they're during the escape phase, and it is not on here. It's on my cheat sheet, so I'm not going to show you. It's on the player aid card. But it's, you roll for each refugee to see if they're going to make it to the harbor to attempt to flee. And then you roll for a sea encounter for all that are attempting to flee. So, we have 2. So really we roll for each one. So I'm going to roll 2 dice. That represents each one. And even though the counter says 2, really it's like, imagine 1 and 1. Alright. Alright, let's see. Alright, so green is fleeing, red is fleeing, and yellow is no effect. So 1 and 1. So they're both fleeing. So what I like to do is put them on the harbor. That shows there's 2 refugees fleeing. Now you make 1 roll for the sea encounter. Just 1 roll. So you roll for each refugee to see if they're going to be able to get to the harbor. But then you roll once to determine if all fleeing refugees in the zone are able to escape without alerting tripods. So here's where it's going to be tricky. So like I said, we'll roll once. At green, they escape. Just straight away, and there's 2 of them. Oops. So I get 2 VPs. If it's yellow, there's going to be a naval battle with 1 tripod. If it's red, there's going to be a naval battle with 2 tripods. So let's see what we get here. Alright, green. So they escape. No effect. No tripods. So 2. Go ahead and just take them off the board. Raise up my VPs by 2. Back up to 45. Alright. I'll take it. Very nice. And that's how that works. There would be, if there's tripods that will get alerted, there'd be that naval battle. I'm sure we'll have one. Hopefully we'll have one here later. Alright. So, we want to go ahead and check refugees in our zones. None of them are too many or anything like that. Nope. None are captured. Anything like that. So, check our VPs. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 still. Yep, 9. So we'll go up by 9. So we're at 54 VPs. Alright. Once we get to the 6th number, the 60, there'll be another cylinder that'll land and start building. So, alright, let's go on to the Martian action phase. Go ahead and see what they do. Wave number 1 here, down in Bristol. He's in a destroyed zone, so he's either going to move and get reinforcements, he's going to start building on the flying machine. Green, so he's going to go ahead and move. From Bristol, he rolled a green, which means he's going to move to Southampton. Over here. And then we're going to go ahead and do wave number 2. He's in a red zone. Yellow, it's his arrival, so he gets reinforcements. Was that wave number 2? Yep. So remember I destroyed that 1. Well, he's back up to full strength. Bummer for me. Wave number 3 in Birmingham. Green. Green and a yellow zone. Remember, because it's yellow because you have damaged it already. Means move. Alright, so from Birmingham, where's he going to move? Yellow. Roll yellow. Birmingham moves to Bristol. So he goes down to Bristol. Alright, I guess he wanted to check out what wave. See if there's anything left after wave number 1 was done there. Alright, so now we check their VPs here. Check the zones. First of all, see if he's with any refugees. Nope, nothing like that. See if this 1 destroyed zone turns to red weed. It does. I rolled a red. So the destroyed flips over, turns to red weed. So now it's worth 4. So 4 and 4, so now they get 8 VPs a turn. And that'll be every turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. So now they're at 32. So I'm ahead of them, but I mean they're kind of rampaging here a little bit. So not good for me. All right, assembly. There's no assemblers. No cylinders. So during the assembly phase, check the card. Nope, no cylinders on the board. So we're good for the assembly phase, and we will go on to the next turn. All right, the next turn here. Go ahead and check the card on the production phase. Nope, battle event. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And we dropped by 1 because we lost 1 gear over here. So 17. And I had 0, so that's 17. Go ahead and let's build another siege gun over here. Place it in Liverpool. I have to start doing some fighting here soon. I think we're just about to. That was 12. So that'll knock me down to 5. Let's see, should I do anything else? Build a harbor. No, because my guys are good for him. I'm going to save my points. Try to save my points anyway right now. So, alright, so that's good for the reduction phase. Go ahead and go on to the battle phase. Nobody around here yet. Nobody in the same zone, so nothing happens in the battle. There's the card. I'm going to draw it even though I'm not doing a battle. Extra planning is for cavalry. Nothing happens because it's not in a battle. Again, sorry, I don't know. I probably shouldn't be drawing it if there's not a battle taking place, but it says event check, so I'm just going to draw it anyway. Kind of go by the rule book, and we'll figure it out in the future. And then you can kind of base it at when you guys play it. So, all right, on to the devastation phase. Check. Another battle event. Jeez. All right, so devastation phase. Here we go. See what they start doing for devastating. Waves 2 and 3 are already in destroyed zones, so no effect. Wave 1 is in Southampton. Let's see what he does. Green. Heat ray. And he has 5. That's -1 unit. I have no military units, so no worries there. But -5 workforce, which is at an 8, so it drops to 3, which I lose a gear then too. 5 refugees and -1 human VPs. So, bummer. Alright, so here's my 5 refugees. And we're going to go ahead and do, where am I at here? Okay, and -1 human VPs, right? Yep. So, alright. Not the end of the world, but not great. Alright, let's go ahead and go on to the human action phase. Check the card. Nope. I don't know. What can I do here? Let's go ahead and start moving some of these guys out of here. So we're going to move these 2 up to Newcastle. These 2 up to Leeds. This one's going to go to Leicester. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong. Apologies to any of the English fans out there. Well, I gotta move these guys. I'll move 1 more to Leicester here, and then 2 to Norwich, and 2 up to Birmingham. Basically, I'm trying to get towards my harbor and away from the waves of tripods, of course. I don't want to mess with them. So, all right. Now let's go ahead. I have, how many infantry do I have? I have 2 infantry. I'll go ahead and try to build 2 powder kegs. Remember, green is the best, red is okay, yellow is bad, bad, bad. Yellow and a green. So green is 1 powder keg is built, and then yellow is 1 infantry destroyed. Great. All right. Okay, let's go on to the escape phase. Alright, check the card. Nope. Alright, escaping here. So we have the one, those 2 refugees up in Newcastle are going to try to escape here. So remember, we roll for each one. So 2 dice for 2. 2 yellows. Yellows are no effect, so they're not able to make it to the harbor, so they just hang out. Now we go ahead and check to see if their number of refugees in his own exceed the gears. 2, nope. 2, nope. 1, 2, nope. There's 2 counters, but they each say 1. Sorry if you can't, it's too far away to see that. 2, 2, so we're good. No other refugees? Okay. Alright, so now we go ahead and calculate our VPs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. 7. 8, 9. Okay, so that put us at 62, which, remember, dun, 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 does result in a new cylinder being placed. So when you get to 6 or 60, the 4th? Yep, 4th cylinder lands. So, roll for cylinder placement. Green. So the new cylinder ends up in Scotland. That was cylinder number 4 up in Scotland. And he gets his 4 guys here. 4 random tripods. Oh, those are not damaged, unfortunately for me. Alright. Alright, just want to double check. So, I go ahead and place them. Okay, alright. On to the Martian action phase. Go ahead and see what they do. Alright, so I'm going to check wave number 1. Oh, I should check the card first, sorry. Battle events, a no. Check wave number 1 in Southampton here. Let's see what he does for the Martian action phase. He's in a yellow zone. He rolled green. Green from the yellow zone is move. So from Southampton, he will move red. Norwich. Alright, moved up to Norwich. Uh-oh. That's not good. He's going to capture them at the end of the phase. Alright, so then wave number 2. So we're in the red zone. Rolls a red. Means he builds part of the flying machine. Which means they are at 3 out of the 4 pieces now. And wave number 3. It's in Bristol. It's a red area. Red weed. Rolls green, which is he moves. From Bristol, roll yellow. He moves to Southampton. Alright. Okay. Alright, and those are the 3 waves. And then, okay, so then the end of wave, which is something we haven't done here, we check, obviously we check our VPs and stuff. 4, 4, so 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, colonizations with the 4, so they're 40. And then we go ahead and, because this wave finish this Martian action phase with these refugees here. 2 refugees are captured, so you gain 2 more VPs. And the refugees are obviously taken off the board. Eliminated there. Bummer. Alright, on to the assembly phase. Check card. Nope. Assembly, we do have the 1 cylinder up here now. Scotland is green, so we roll. If we get a green, that assembles wave number 4. Green, so wave number 4 pops up on the board. Take number 4 off here. Wave number 4. It's now up in Scotland, chilling. So we have 4 waves on the board right now. Causing havoc. Raising hell. Alright. Okay, and that is the end of this turn. Alright, start of the production phase. Check the card. Nope, it's battle. We'll go ahead and... oh no, and I just realized I had a card, delayed production. Save this card. The next time a handling machine turns a cylinder into a wave, cancel the action. Oh, I should use it for Scotland. Alright, well, you know what? It's not totally wasted because if there's still a 5th wave potentially coming. So I can use it for then. But, oh, I could have used it then. Should have used it then. Hey, I blame the camera. You guys distracted me. Alright, so that would be something I could have done to, one of those ways to, say, like, you have another wave, 4th wave. Oh no, what can I do? boom, I had that card I could have used to delay it from being created, and it just, you know, would have at least gone at least one more turn before he was actually created. Bummer. Alright, so let's go ahead and do a production phase here. Check the card, nope, it's battle event. Check our production gears. 16. So 16, and I'm at 16 production. Remember, it's been dropping. I already had 5, so now I'm at 21. Let's see, 21 production, huh? Yeah, I definitely got to be ready here for start doing some work. So I'm going to buy 21. I'll only had one more. All right, I'm going to buy a siege gun. Field gun. Field gun. It'll cost 12. So that put me at 9. 9 production right now. That's a bummer. Yeah, I'm going to save my production though, because I'm thinking I might hopefully be able to do a battle this turn here. So, alright, let's go ahead and... Is that for production? Yep, let's go on to the battle phase. No battles yet. I think next turn I'm going to have a battle though, and try to get one going here. So, alright. Battle event though. We'll draw that. Loose gunpowder. Loose gunpowder. Save this card. The next time a tripod enters a battlefield hex with a gun, destroy the tripod and the gun. Oh, that's not bad. That's not a bad one right there. Alright, cool. We'll definitely hang on to that bad boy then. See, so maybe I can apply, because I get to keep that one no matter what. Even though there's not a battle going on. Whatever. Alright, on to the devastation phase. Let's start with... Where's wave number 1? Okay, over here in Norwich. It's over here in the green. Let's see what he does. Wave number 1 has 5 tripods. He rolls a green. That's a heat ray. The heat ray with 5 tripods, -1 unit. No military, so no effect there. -5 workforce. So knocks that down to 1. 5 refugees are created. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Wow. And -1 human VP. Boop. Alright. I'll do wave number 2, his devastation. He's already in a devastate, so nothing happens. Wave number 3 over here, Southampton, which is good. It's a zone, so it's producing zone, so it rolls yellow. And wave number 3 has 4 tripods, so black smoke with 4 tripods, -4 workforce. Okay, it was at 3, which means -4, it's destroyed. You don't do anything else. He just becomes destroyed. You don't do any of the minus VPs, refugees, anything like that. He's destroyed now. The zone is destroyed. So then wave number 4 up here, devastate Scotland. See what does to Scotland. Alright, roll the yellow, so black smoke. He had 4 tripods, -4 workforce. Scotland only has 4, so now it destroyed as well. Again, you stop any other results. It's now destroyed 2 more zones this turn. So they're definitely doing some work on me here. So let's go on to the human action phase. What I'm trying to do, well, we're going to do here, I'll show you now. We're going to move, let's do the refugees first here. So these refugees up, these 2 here. Let's move 2 to Leicester. Let's move 2 into London to hide them out, basically. And let's move, oh no, I have to move all 3 into London, try to hide them out. Then Leicester to Birmingham. We'll go up to Liverpool here. All right. Okay, that's what we'll do there. And then my units here, I'm hanging on to them. So what I try to do is when this wave moves, hopefully he moves, I'm going to try to get him to pull them. When you have a cavalry, you can actually attempt to pull waves or attract them to go where you want to go. So I want to try to get someone to go from Wales to Liverpool so I can fight him there. So, makes sense? All right, let's go ahead and... All right, is that all for that? I think so. Okay. Let's go on to the escape phase. All right, we'll check Martian action, or check the card, Martian action event, so next phase. All right, escape phase, here we go. So the only refugees near a harbor are going to be right there in Newcastle, and there's 4 of them. So we're going to roll. Number green and red is fleeing, yellow is no effect. So 1 fleeing, 1 no effect. And that's red and green. So 3 fleeing and one hangs out. So 1 hangs out. I'll go ahead and put the 3 guys on there. So then I roll 1s for all of them. See what happens. Yellow. Yellow is a naval battle with 1 tripod. All right. You guys get to see a naval battle. So I'm going to go ahead and get that set up. And give me a second and we'll take a look at that.